am Cooper Riddle from the AMLE Student Influencer Team, and I'm here with Jack Berkemeyer, and we're going to ask him some questions about what he does. And I'm also joined by my friend Lana. She's just going to be here with us. So let's just get started. It says on your website that you are an author. So what exactly have you written?
Mostly it's finger painting books, Cooper. It's there's no words in there at all. It's just kind of finger painting, because then that way you can kind of write whatever you want. And Cooper, I have a question.
Yeah.
If I sit like this, does it look like I have a hat? Yes or no?
It actually does. Yeah.
Yeah. I just noticed that. So, I do have some books, Cooper. And you know who they relate to? I'll give you one guess.
The kids you teach or used to teach?
Yes, they relate to middle school children. You know, that 10 through 15-year-olds. Are you ready for one of the titles? It's one of my favorites. Managing the Madness. Come on. How many classrooms have you been in that are a little bit mad every once in a while?
A lot.
That's just the teacher. I mean, who's saying?
So it also says you were the assistant executive director for the National Middle Schooler Association. So what exactly is the National Middle School Association?
Well, it's so cool because it's now called AMLE. It transformed. It did a name change. Like, Cooper, how many times, like, if I could change my name from Jack to Cooper, I wouldn't heartbeat. See, because it's a much better name. Jack is boring. Cooper is cool. You sound presidential, by the way. I think you're going to be president of the United States at some point. I'm just throwing it out there. Do you hope so?
Yes.
That's what you really want to do? Do you want to be in politics? Let me ask you questions. I'm boring.
Not really politics, but I think it would be cool to be president.
Really? What would be the first thing you'd do?
Well, I mean, do everything that every kid wants to do and ban all homework, because homework, it's just how it is.
I think you should go with a more nuggets platform. Yeah, mac and cheese and nuggets every day, and you're good to go.
Yeah. That's how we want it. So again, people say that you have a sense of humor. So tell me a joke. Just.
I don't tell jokes. I tell stories. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know there's a difference? Like, there's a difference between a joke. Like, a joke is knock, knock, who's there? For me, I just kind of tell stories. That's kind of like what I really love to do. Like, okay, I'll give you a great example of a story that I don't tell people a lot of these stories, but have you ever had a teacher just like do something totally ridiculous and they know they made a mistake halfway through? Like, if, and then they try to backtrack and pretend like it didn't happen and all that kind of stuff, Okay, don't ask me why, but one time I was trying to teach fractions, which is funny because I'm a language arts teacher. So again, why am I teaching fractions? I don't know why, but what I did is I had this moment where I had one of those big rulers, those big teacher rulers where you can like bonk people on the head from a distance.
Yeah.
And well, I thought I'm gonna teach half, right? So I'm gonna go and saw this in half, which again, first mistake is I asked someone like yourself, semi-responsible, I'm sensing, not 100% responsible, but semi-responsible, yes or no?
Semi, yes, you're right.
To go down to get this wood shop and get a saw. First mistake I've ever made. You should never go ask a kid to go get a saw in a school, right? But I did. So the kid brings down the saw and I decide that I'm gonna saw that yardstick in half, right? And the kids are chanting half, 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 right? So I'm sawing in half. Well, then I get expired because I'm expired. I get excited because I'm thinking, let's do quarters, right? Because what am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do now with these two halves? I'm gonna cut them in what? Half, right? I get excited and I cut the one half and they're all screaming half, half again. So I get to the last half of the board, right? Okay, don't ask me why, but I thought it'd be really good, saw it in half, but leave just a little bit before it was completely sawed. And you know what I'm gonna do? I take that board and I go whack like this to my head, thinking that it'll break, right? Because I'm thinking that seriously, I have like what's a good color for a karate belt? Okay, so I'm not even a black belt. Like, what's above that is what I'm thinking. Like, I'm like,
what's the best one? I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Okay, so I'm even above that. I'm like black with gold trim. That's how great I think I am in karate. So I literally go like this, and guess what? Board doesn't break, brother. Does not break. Yep, does not break. Bell rings, kids leave. I go in to eat lunch in the cafeteria with the teachers, and everybody's saying, "Why is your head bleeding?" I literally had cut my head.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Cooper. None of my kids said anything. Like, they didn't say, "Hey, you're bleeding," nothing at all.
They just wanted to see more.
They, like I said, I had a concussion for 6 weeks. Okay, no, I didn't. But see, that's a story. Okay, that's a story, not a joke. So I like to tell stories that were real, that seem to happen to me every day as a teacher.
Wow. All right. That's all
Okay,
that I have for
wait a
today.
minute. You have to rate that 1 through 10.
Oh, 10 out of 10 or
No,
like
no, no. That's,
54.
come on. It's an 8.5. Be honest. 8.5.
Okay.
It's all.
That's all that I have for today. Thank you for joining me, Jack. And I'm Cooper Riddle, and I'm happy to be a part of the AMLE Student Influencer team.
Great job, Cooper. Seriously, excellent.
Thank you.